Hello and welcome to Gangs All Here. My name is Ryan Sampson, the host and producer of the show. That's my guy, Frankie Vittorini. It's an emergency episode here for Gangs All Here, as Justin Fields has officially been declared out for this Week 3 game, Jets versus Buccaneers. Aaron Glenn said he's out with a concussion. We had talked about it in the postgame show, Frankie, after last week's debacle, but it's official. Tyrod Taylor will be starting Week 3 against the Buccaneers. Your reaction?
Well, Ryan, what do we say when we were given our over-unders for the season? What do we say about Justin Fields? He's bound to miss a couple games. Well, he's already missing one game. And listen, if anyone put any MVP bets for Justin Fields, I think those are officially done after he had 27 yards last week. And he's
MVP
missing
bets
this week. So, yeah, the MVP bets are done, guys
officially
and gals.
gone.
Yeah, officially over. So, hey, man, it stinks. It seems like whatever can go wrong with us will go wrong. But, hey, some people think Tyrod's the better of the two. So we'll see how that plays
It's interesting you mentioned that. So Tyrod Taylor, let's get into that part. Aaron Glenn said today, after he announced that Fields was going to be out, he said, there's an element with Tyrod that we also have in Justin that I like a lot. And the fact that he's been in the league for a long time, there's no coverage, there's no pressure that he hasn't seen. So that's why I have confidence in him. He's a very studious person, good athlete. Again, been around this league for a long time. There's no better player that you want as your backup quarterback than him at this point. And he was asked why he's so popular among his teammates everywhere he goes. He goes, it's just the way he carries himself. He's a true professional in every manner that you can think of. He's not one of the locker room lawyers. He points the finger at himself. He's not a celebrity quarterback. He's just one of the guys. And it's not just the offense and the offensive line that he has conversations with the locker room. It's everybody. So it's easy to gravitate to a guy like that. Listen, Tyrod's been in the league for a long time. He's been on a lot of different teams. He could still play, in my opinion, in terms of slinging it. He's got plenty of arm talent still. He's coming off the knee injury. He had knee surgery a couple of weeks ago. But in the limited action he had last week against the Bills, Frankie, I just watched the tape real quick. Guy could still process coverage, and he could still sling and make right decisions.
Yeah, he can, man. Remember, Tyrod Taylor in this league, speaking of the Bills, he started for the Bills for a few seasons and played quite well for them. Had over 3,000 yards in 2 of those years, had 2,800 in another year there. In a lot of ways, they feel like in Buffalo, he helped sort of change that culture a little bit as they brought in Josh Allen. So, listen, Tyrod Taylor is just an overall solid to very good quarterback. He can play in this league. Teammates love him, coaches love him, and at times, I mean, it looks like he can, be the guy in a lot of ways for a lot of teams. Like teams have gone through stretches. There's a reason he's bounced around as much as he has because he can play that well and he can execute an offense. I'm really interested to see how Tanner Engstrand is going to want to use him this week and what they're going to do. And I think offensive, they're going to be able to do some unique things, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's kind of like interesting in the fact that he's not Justin Fields because he's not as elusive. Like he can still run, but he's not as elusive and not as athletic freakishly like Justin Fields, and he can't run like Justin Fields. And he won't have as much read option, in my opinion, with this offense, which does bring the playbook down a little bit. But he's very good from the pocket, and that's something that Tanner Engstrand might like in this offense. And it might open up some more things. And I'm thinking about the play action because, look, the Jets are still going to try and run the heck out of the football. I think they're going to try and establish that with Breece and Braylon, hopefully get Braylon more involved into this run game. And then I think the play action will come off of that. And you're going to see a lot of bootlegs. I think you're going to see a lot of zone play action plays where it's hey, we're faking the handoff to Breece, and I'm getting the ball to Mason Taylor in the flat, or I'm getting Garrett Wilson on a deep cross. So I think this offense could actually see an uptick in production this week. Obviously, last week you can't really compare it because they didn't do anything right. But I'm actually excited to see what Tyrod Taylor can do with a full start here in this Tanner Engstrand offense.
Ryan, do you want a very interesting stat? And this is going to blow your mind a little bit. Are you ready for this one? So, Tyrod Taylor, right? Since being with the Jets, Tyrod Taylor has 4 touchdown series in 5 opportunities for an 80% touchdown drive rate, right? Okay. That's unofficially the best by any NFL quarterback with at least 5 career drives from 1997 till now. How great is that? He's 4 of 5, baby. That's awesome. No, but all joking aside, it's a stupid stat. It's such a small sample size, but I like it. I like it. Um, Now listen, right? The passing offense will be better. Let's not try to not call a spade a spade. Tyrod Taylor's a better passer than Justin Fields. He's thrown for more yards when he's played in the NFL than Justin Fields per game. He is gonna throw for more yards than Fields. However, you're not gonna have, like you just brought up, that read option dynamic, that running dynamic. Although he can still do it, it won't be at that level. I have a feeling this may increase our chances though to win this game. As weird as that sounds, when you look at your backup as giving you a better chance, sort of reminds me a little bit of what's going on there in Minnesota. You got fans there saying, "Oh, I think we're better off with Winston JJ at this point." Little different here, but I'm curious to see how it looks. But don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if Tyrod gives us a little bit of a better chance and is able to move the chains a bit more effectively.
Well, look, his last big game, quote unquote, if you want to call it that, was December 31st in 2023 when he was with the Giants as the backup quarterback. He was 27 of 41, 319 yards passing, one touchdown,
Wow.
one interception. So he's done it recently. I mean, if you want to say recently, it's within the last 2 years. He's thrown for over 300 yards. He's thrown for 279 that year as well against the Washington Commanders in 2023 for 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. I mean, he could do it. He had that little stint with the Giants, where he had 3 straight starts. Look, Justin Fields, it sucks he has a concussion because I was really wanting to see him get a long leash here and see how he can do this entire year because this felt like actually a real chance for him because last year with the Steelers, he really didn't get a real opportunity to be the starter all 17 games. But that's part of being this athletic quarterback that you are. And when you use your legs so much and you do run a bunch and you do scramble a lot, you're more prone to get injured. It's just how it happens. So, yeah, I mean, it sucks, man. I feel for Justin because week 1 I felt like was something he could have built on. Last week, complete disaster for him. I think the Bills clearly had the scheme completely covered the way they wanted to in terms of run blitzing and taking away the run and forcing Justin to be a passer, and Justin was just really inaccurate. So, I'm anxious to see him come back, but right now, yeah, it's not a great situation that you have Tyrod Taylor as your starter. There's a reason he's a backup. He's a reason he's a highly paid backup, though. Like, he should win you.
Yep.
He should give you a chance to win this game. The other thing that I'm really scared about, Frankie, is we are 1 hit away from Tyrod Taylor being injured and Brady
That's
Cook
a good point.
being the starting quarterback for the New York Jets.
Yeah, and we spoke about it. We spoke about it in our post game show. You brought up the fact that hey, Justin Fields, this concussion thing, it's not going to look good for the rest of the season because he's a scrambling quarterback. This might come back up later on. You know how it is. I mean, you sometimes don't even know why you get a concussion, but your head's tilts and hits a certain way, your neck, and you activate one. Speaking of activating, we got to activate Brady Cook, like we spoke about in our post game. So I'm 99.9% sure, unless they're going in another direction with the quarterback, but he'll be activated to the active 53. And yeah, we are a hit away from him playing. And they may need to start looking around a little bit more as well. I mean, you're not going to put all your eggs necessarily in 2 quarterbacks basket, especially one in Tyrod Taylor. So don't be surprised if the Jets maybe try to bring someone else onto that practice squad at some point to kind of give them even a little bit more depth. You know how the NFL is.
Yeah, I also want to ask you, so, for me, it's just they're going into this, right, without drafting a quarterback this past year. And it makes you wonder, did Muji and Glenn take a misstep in their first offseason by not drafting a quarterback because now they're in this situation that we were dreading where Tyrod's a starter, Brady Cook, who is an undrafted rookie, is going to be your backup, and I don't know if you want to go that route with this team.
Yeah. Listen, Ryan, it looks like right now this offseason for Muji was catastrophically bad. Now, I give Glenn almost as much blame because he's right there with him. He has all the keys. He's the honcho, right? The head honcho there. So he had a lot of say in who we're bringing in. But if you look at it, Brandon Stevens looks like a disaster. Andre Sisco also. Arian Smith hasn't done much. Josh Reynolds and Tyler Johnson. We were discussing wide receiver 2 all off season. Why didn't they address that? Or wide receiver 3 or wide receiver 4? We didn't really address any of those wide receiver spots. They kept Tony Adams around, and then your best friend over there, Michael Clemens, is still here and getting a lot of snaps. So they're not looking good right now in terms of what they did in the offseason. And to the biggest point, maybe in terms of what this team might need long term, it's the quarterback position. Why did you not draft a quarterback? Why did you not draft any of these guys? Kyle McCord, Riley Leonard, Will Howard, Shador Sanders. Should have brought one of those guys in. I'm not saying I like them all, but bring one in. At least now, Tyrod, he would probably end up starting anyway, but you give some real reps to a young kid.
Yeah.
He goes into practice, and it matters, man. Experience matters.
I totally agree, man. And I also think that with the opportunities you had to take and again, for what his name is and how popular he is, Shador Sanders was there in the 4th round. The Jets had multiple picks to take him. They didn't do it. They passed up on that opportunity. It just feels like it was a missed opportunity for this Jets team. And now you're relying on Tyrod Taylor and Brady Cook to get you through these next week, maybe 2 weeks, depending on how long the lingering symptoms are from this concussion for Justin Fields, because you don't want to mess with the head. And specifically with him, when he's running, he's going to take shots. I'm worried about him getting re-aggravating that injury and getting another concussion, reconcussed. So there's danger here that the Jets are already flirting with, Frankie, in terms of what they're doing with the quarterback position. Because we all know Tyrod is an injury-prone quarterback. That getting stuck in the lungs with the needle was one thing when he was with the Chargers, but he's had a history. He had a knee injury for all its intents and purposes with knee surgery in training camp that we didn't know about. So I just think they're flirting on a very thin line here for this Jets organization and this offense as a total. With Brady Cook truly as your backup quarterback, it can get real dicey here for this Jets franchise.
Yeah. Ryan, Tyrod Taylor is 36 years old. Tyrod Taylor had trouble making it through Giant games last year. You're talking about even playing in just the second half. It's not a sure thing. It's true what you're saying. It's not a sure thing he's going to make it through this entire game. So, yeah, Brady Cook better get ready. And, again, it's just a Jets season where you come out of week 1 with on such a high ground with this moral victory and everyone feeling good. And then you can't let Buffalo take it from you. And it feels like that week 2, I hope it didn't snatch our souls this early in the season, but we got to see what Tyrod and that offense does. And there could, looking on the bright side, there could be something brewing there in that quarterback room with him and Tanner Engstrand that could be pretty interesting and special to a degree in terms of what we're used to seeing. So don't be surprised if Tyrod comes out there early on and is throwing the ball all over the yard a little bit and getting some of these boys some yak and getting the offense moving and scoring some points.
Yeah, look, Garrett Wilson's going to be probably unlocked even further. He probably should reach his full potential in terms of targets and yards and receptions. I expect him to have a heavy pass game usage, honestly, and game script from Tanner Engstrand. This should activate Garrett Wilson big time. I think Mason Taylor could have some real good impact on this game in the passing attack with Tyrod Taylor. I think Taylor knows how to use his tight ends well. So should be fun, man. Again, thin line, but it should be fun for the Jets to have Tyrod Taylor slinging it all around this upcoming weekend.
Definitely, man. And for Tyrod Taylor's sake, too, people have to consider this. Tyrod's 36. He's not yet 40. Still got a few years left in the NFL, I'd say. This is a show-me game for him as well. How he looks in this game shows the rest of the league, shows the Jets, and shows himself and his team who he is and what he's capable of doing. So don't think that Tyrod Taylor, I've heard some people say, oh, this is the last thing he probably wants to do is go out there and play. No, Tyrod wants to play football. Tyrod's a competitor. So look for Tyrod to come in and want to show up, even the Jets, to say, you guys wanted to give Fields a key so early. You guys wanted to make him the self-proclaimed starter week 1. I'm going to show you why you should play me. Don't be surprised if Tyrod really tries his best to get the ball down that field and score as many points as he can.
Well, the Jets obviously are big underdogs against the Buccaneers, going to Tampa Bay this weekend.
6.5, right?
Yeah, first road game for them. Justin Fields, again, for the Jets fans, if you haven't heard, officially out this week for the with a concussion. We'll see how long he will be out with that concussion, but this week he will be out. Tyrod Taylor is the starter. Brady Cook is presumed to be the elevated backup for the Jets this weekend, and we'll see what happens for this offense if the Jets can be somewhat more competitive than compared to what they were week 2 against the Buffalo Bills. Frankie Vittarini, we appreciate you, buddy, for always hopping on for Gangs All Here for the Emergency Show. I'm Ryan Sampson. We're doing our preview tomorrow with Brian Costello, where we get to talk even more about what the heck this Jets team is going to be doing this week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If you're watching us, hit that like, hit that subscribe button on the New York Post Sports YouTube channel. You can find Frankie more content at U Stadium. Until next time, go Jets.